Today, as promised, we're going to look at a set of Pifco lights. We're going to look at these. A set of 20 Pifco crystal bells. So these are Pifco crystal bells, a set of 20 of. I have had these for quite a long time. They're probably one of the first sets of lights I bought once I started getting access to eBay. And I don't think they were particularly expensive, but like most things, they were always cheaper in the past. I also have a sister set of lights to these that are of a very similar style, but we'll do them in another video. I know one of these did come in the box. I don't know if it was this one or the other set, but here's what the box looks like. This is very typical of early 80s Pifco design. I can only imagine how cool it would have been to have seen a whole range of Pifco lights all lined up on shelves at a garden centre or home store or the likes. I don't particularly remember seeing Pifco lights. A lot of the places that I saw growing up were in markets and the lights were more on the cheaper end. Saw a lot of Woolworths and Winfield lights growing up, but I never really saw much of Pifco. And any garden centres we did go into, it wasn't around Christmas time, and the only things that they had for sale were the big bulb garden lights. I've not had these out for a while. Let's unravel them a bit. The braiding could do with a little finesse, so we might do that today. As was typical for Pifco lights of the era, you get the extra loop of wire on the end. Don't know exactly what this was for, possibly so you could hang them up and not put as much pressure on the bulb holder. The shades are crystal bells, as you can see. We've got ribbed, domed, white bulb holders. And I've always remembered them being particularly tough to get the shades off. Don't know why. Oh, there we go. Yeah, really difficult to get these off. So you've got the longer style bulb holders, bayonet fit. These are the bells, and they're quite substantial. Got a lot of, actually they're not too heavy, but they are extremely chunky. But they're it's all smoothed on the inside and fluted. You've got these diamond shapes on the outside. It's flat on this side and hollowed out on the inside. And these grooves are all hollowed out too. Go back on there. Let's get them turned on. Well, they were working when they were stored, so I've no idea what's going on here. We'll just do a time lapse of checking the bulbs. And there we go. There were four. Oh, we've still got a little something flickered then. We had 4 loose bulbs, which baffles me because they literally got put in the storage box and they've not been out since. This bulb here looks like it's an original bulb. It's got a short horizontal filament, as does this one. But a lot of the bulbs, like the pink bulbs, they've got long vertical filaments, and this green one too. So I think some of these bulbs were replaced, possibly by myself. It may have had a lot of blown bulbs, but for example, if we take this one out and this one, so that is potentially an original bulb and this is a replacement. And you can see there's quite the height difference, and the bases also look different. The replacement has a beige insulating washer, and this one has a black one. There's obviously been some replacements, probably done by myself, but a very long time ago. This is before I had an extensive set of spare bulbs. I think I managed to get a card of bulbs from a independent hardware store, probably from Dencon, and I've relamped some of these. And considering that the replacement bulbs were obviously brand new, the colours are extremely faded. This blue one, the banding is more of a faded washed out blue rather than going yellow. green washed out, the pink starting to go a bit yellow. That's an original orange bulb. This is a replacement orange bulb, and although the colours are more vivid on the top of this one, it's very faded on the inside. And the reds, even the reds are starting to fade a little bit. It's like the paint is thick here and thin there. So, not the best quality. That's an original blue bulb, and that does have a slight bit of green banding on it. The fuse bulb is original. And that's an original green. And that's a replacement green. Slightly different shades of colours. You can see the difference there. Very strange. Anyway, let's see what we've got in the way of refraction. Can't really see much. There's a little bit of shadowing towards the top. See if we can get a yellow one that's a bit brighter. So there's a little something there, but from what the camera picks up, you get a little bit of glistening. I was expecting these to have more refraction. They don't have that much. Let's turn the overhead off. So even when you have fresh bulbs in these lights, just like pastel lights and the sister set to these, which we will review in another video, the colours always look a little bit washed out. Pastel lights especially, because they're designed to be a bit more washed out. But they're still a lovely set of lights. Nice classic colours. This filament is going a bit funny. Can I get this shade off? Look at that. This is going towards the brown spectrum of blue, and the filament, you can see the filament is split into two. It's actually not lit up in the middle there, so there we go, fixed it. You see that shadow? That shadow is a black mark where the filament was sitting against the black. It's not a very nice blue, that. I think we'll have to replace it with something. Let's see what we've got in here. I forgot to do this box on my strange and interesting lights video. Got a lot of these. Little tiny bulbs. These are off dinky lights, or the tinsel lights that Pifco used to do. And these are flasher bulbs. We've got plenty of those. We've got these ones. This one, which is a bit larger. Don't know where that came from. Don't know where this one's from. This is just a large bulb with a more traditional filament with a centre support. If anybody knows what this might be from, it's a bit wider than a normal one. And then we have this green flasher bulb as well. With these flasher bulbs here, these just make the whole set flash like a flasher unit, but you still keep a bulb that's lit. Whereas some bulbs might be twinkling bulbs. Anyway, back to finding a replacement blue bulb. What have we got here? Well, that one's extremely chipped. That is not 12 volt. Seriously need to organise my bulbs. Oh, thank you to Stuart Davis, by the way. He made a suggestion in the comments section, and we're going to come up with some kind of a test rig so we can figure out exactly what voltages some of our spare bulbs are, so we can properly segregate them and then maybe start getting some into some sets. I've got lots of bare screw in sets, and we might relamp one of them and get it back to working order again. Possibly this one. That isn't. Yeah, this is supposed to be the 12 volt section. None of these are 12 volt. Let's see what we've got in here. There's definitely 6 volt. Wow, that is a really vivid blue. Look at that. It's almost in an indigo colour. But it's not what we need. Really struggling for 12 volt bulbs. Well, that was a completely fruitless endeavour. I am really coming up short with 12 volt bulbs, which is really stupid. I thought I had a lot of them. But again, I'm going to follow up on Stuart Davis's conversation. And we're going to try and find some. But that's all we can do with these lights for today. Actually, you know what? I'll do the braiding. It's not too bad. where it comes off the end bulb, but it just starts to slowly unravel afterwards. Actually, this will give us a chance to see if the plug is wired the correct way as well. So this is our first bulb, so we'll unscrew that. Yeah, it's wired correctly, so we don't have to worry about that. We'll do a little bit of maintenance because I know this one won't have a 1 amp fuse. What have we got? 3 amp, so not too bad. So what have we got? We've got a 3 amp by alert. There we go. And then we'll check our wires all good. Cable grip is gripping. I'm talking about cable grip. You just make out that little bit of red in there. That's the cable grip protection in these. Don't know why I put the plug back together, because I need to remove the cables to braid. What tinning has been on them? That one's not good. Yeah, that's come off. And it's managed to tangle itself up. Because of course it has. To make things easier, I'm going to unbraid it. Just going to put this screwdriver in. Look at that, it's already gone all the way. I'm going to straighten our cables out, just like this. And then to braid, it's just a slow, boring process of just twisting them over. Make sure you keep hold of where you've just braided. Periodically, you've got to undo the tangle because they start tangling themselves up down the line. So just do this. Twist. Twist, twist. As you see, we're braiding, it's going well. Twist, untangle, twist, twist, and twist. And you just keep going. Try not to be wrapping one cable over the other. Try and get them to both turn equally with each other, because you will end up with one cable longer than the other. That's going to be inevitable anyway, but it's going to be better than what it was. So we'll keep going like that. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, I'm just going to time lapse this so you know it's not been edited and I'm not cheating in any way. So just keep watching. And you'll know you're doing it right because you'll be getting a lot of cramp here because you're constantly pinching. Now we're nearly at the end, and how are we doing? We're not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. Pretty evenly spaced. So we'll crack on. Right, so this cable here is a little bit longer. We'll just give this a little wrap around on its own, like that. We're nearly there. Like that. And now, go to your end bulb and just give everything a big pull. Just slide it between your fingers. And pull it like that. Now, the trick, and one of the reasons why they untangle, is because they've been clamped like this in the plug, and it allows the braid to slowly come undone. So we just undo our cable grip. Make sure our cable is in. Now we'll pinch it down. Make sure there's still some braided section on the inside of the plug, and that will help alleviate it from unraveling. Okay, and over time it will slowly unravel because the plug will have a tendency to twist. If you're doing that, or if you're doing that, it'll undo. Just try and avoid that. And the neutral pin is stepped, so make sure you got it the correct way. As you can see, it won't go in if you've got it the wrong way. So we turn that around. Right, that's all in, it's all nice and tight. Get our top back on. Test. There we go, and all of our braiding is now fixed. I'll upload this braiding as a separate video as well, so that'll come out as a little extra towards the Christmas period. But there we go, we've given our bells a little bit of a maintenance refresh of our Pifco crystal bells. First video specifically with a Pifco set of lights you've never seen before in over a year, strangely enough. We've rebraided our cable going from the plug to the first bulb, all untangled. I'm going to leave the colours as is because the washed out colours I think suit these lights really well. I need some more 12 volt bulbs because I wanted to replace that nasty coloured one, but they're coming up short. I have plenty for sets of 40 and 35. Doesn't matter if they're all discoloured or old. Let us know in the comments below, or send an email, or reach out on Instagram. Or if you have a little stash of 12 volt bulbs you'd like to donate to the channel, everything goes back into the lights you see. But aside that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you all on the next one.